Hey guys, I'm Big Mac Davis here, and welcome back to the Half-Life Opposing Force walkthrough for the PC, played on the difficult difficulty. This is the original 1999 release with some patches installed. This is Chapter 13, Conclusion, the final chapter of Opposing Force. Now, unlike the two endings you can do for Half-Life 1, in Opposing Force you can only do one ending. You must accept your destiny, so let's get to it.
So, Corporal Shephard, we meet at last. Please don't think that I've been avoiding you. A great many matters require my attention in these troubled times. I do hope you understand. And now I require a further indulgence on your part. I cannot close my report until every loose end has been tied up. The biggest embarrassment has been Black Mesa facility, but I think that's finally taken care of itself. Quite so. But there is still the lingering matter of witnesses. I admit I have a fascination with those who adapt and survive against all odds. They rather remind me of myself. If for no other reason, I have argued to preserve you for a time. While I believe a civil servant like yourself understands the importance of discretion, my employers are not quite so trusting, and rather than continually subject you to the irresistible human temptation of telling all, we have decided to convey you somewhere you can do no possible harm, and where no harm can come to you. I'm sure you can imagine there are worse alternatives.
Well, so that was Half-Life Opposing Force, and these are just the credits. So the G-Man rescues Adrian Shephard, and he puts him into a void. So what happened here? What happened to Adrian Shephard? He just gets sent out into an unknown void for the rest of his life? And with no reward for his efforts? That's crazy. But first, let's talk about what we saw in the actual video. Did you all see that white flash just before the G-Man said, "Quite so"? Well, that was the flash of the nuclear bomb exploding. So yeah, that means no more Black Mesa. It's gone, destroyed. All those innocent lives gone. That's a pretty melodramatic scene. But anyway, back to the G-Man. What was his role at Black Mesa? Why was he so hell-bent on destroying Black Mesa with that nuclear bomb? And why did he save Adrian Shephard? Well, believe it or not, the answers to those questions lie in the G-Man's own dialogue. He said that the Black Mesa invasion had been an embarrassment. He also said his employers don't trust anybody. The G-Man's employers don't want any survivors to go off and talk about what they saw. That is the human temptation the G-Man has been talking about. The human temptation of telling all. So, to cover up this embarrassment and make sure this embarrassment never gets exposed, the G-Man had to destroy Black Mesa. But while he was there, the G-Man noticed somebody very, very skillful. That was Gordon Freeman, yes indeed. So, as we all know, the G-Man saved Gordon's life. But what's funny is the G-Man actually took notice of Adrian Shephard before the Black Mesa invasion. He was there at Shephard's training camp, talking with somebody, as we saw in boot camp. And it just so happens Shephard's name was mysteriously bumped up to the advanced training list. If his name wasn't bumped up like that, he probably wouldn't have been sent to Black Mesa. So the G-Man obviously liked Adrian Shephard and he wanted to see him in action. Now, let's talk about the G-Man's methods of destroying Black Mesa, the nuclear bomb. You know what's weird is I actually don't know who placed the order for the bomb. It doesn't say in the game, and it's never mentioned anywhere else in any of the Half-Life games following. Now, yes, the Black Ops were the ones who brought it to Black Mesa, and they were the ones who first installed it. But who placed the order? The US military? Well, perhaps. But let's think about it this way. Isn't it ironic that the G-Man, at the end of Foxtrot Uniform, was talking on a military phone just one chapter before the package arrived? The G-Man may have been the one who placed that order, or at the very least, if he didn't place the order, he was the one who told the Black Ops to start the bomb. Yeah, it's kind of weird, I know, but that's just my opinion on that. So in the end, the G-Man liked Adrian Shephard, he liked what he saw in him, because Adrian Shephard reminded the G-Man of himself. The G-Man says he has a fascination with those who adapt and survive against all odds. Just like the G-Man, apparently. So the G-Man went to his employers, and he told them about Adrian Shephard, and they agreed to let Adrian live. But only if he was sent out to a stasis field for the time being. So, yeah, that's the story of Opposing Force, and that's the end of Opposing Force, the first of 2 major expansion packs for Half-Life. And if you have never played this game before, I recommend please pick up a copy and play it, even if it's the Steam version. The Steam version is just as good as the original. It's like $5 on Steam, so it's well worth the price of it all, because it's Opposing Force, a wonderful expansion pack for Half-Life. It used a lot of the Half-Life 1 aliens from the border world of Zen, but it also introduced a brand new alien race, Race X. And after this video is over, I'm going to do an in-depth video discussion on Race X, who they are, what they want, etc. So yeah, stick around for that. Anyway, let's wrap this up. This was Opposing Force, and I hope all of you enjoyed my walkthrough of it. And this walkthrough wouldn't have been as complete as it was if it was not for a couple of people. First, I'd like to thank Stanley Doonigan of GameFAQs.com. His in-depth guide really provided me with a lot of hints and tips that I indeed used in my walkthrough. So, thank you for that. Also, all of the wonderfully nice guys over at the Half-Life Wiki, namely Matt Jacobs and Mike Weston at the Half-Life Wiki, just for being all-around great guys to me. So yeah, I want to thank all of you as well for watching my videos, for liking, commenting, even just watching a video. It's much appreciated. So thank you once again, and I'll see you all in the next walkthrough. And the next Half-Life game that I will do will be Blue Shift, the second expansion pack for Half-Life, and the final major one, that is. And then after Blue Shift will, of course, be the big one, Half-Life 2. But until then, I'm Big Mac Davis, and I will see you guys next time in the next walkthrough. Take care, everybody.